I've optimized the beginning of the film by adding some transitions, and I'd like to look at those now in context. And in my opinion, it looks rather good for the minute. The only possible issue is that the original audio that comes in with the video is much too loud. And I'd like to change this. And we've already seen one way to do this, by adjusting the volume envelope here. I can select a point and pull it down to reduce the volume. I could, for example, pull this point down and also this point down to adjust the volume in the second third. But this would be rather complicated, so I'll undo. And there must be a more simple solution to adjust the level between 2 points in its entirety. And to do this, I simply press the Shift key. And now, by clicking somewhere between these 2 points on the line, I can adjust the line in its entirety. And below, in the status bar, I can see with which value I'm adjusting it. I'll lower it now by 8.5 decibels. And now we can listen to it straight away. Yes, and it's still clearly too loud. So I'll go in once more and lower it somewhat further. However, I do have to take care that I don't go too far down. If I press the Control key and keep it pressed whilst adjusting the line, then I can work in more detail. So I'll go down to -11 dB. And yes, I think that suits the video fine. I could leave this like it is, but then I would have to go through all the following clips and adjust them relative to the first clip. And in relation to this, I'd like to show you something else. The volume line is displayed quite a long way down when doing this. If I go back into the settings, and then once again into the user settings, and I decide to use the logarithmic display mode, then it looks pretty strange to start with. Suddenly, it isn't a simple line, but there is a curve at the beginning. But this shouldn't bother me to start with. This is simply how it is displayed. What does interest me, however, is that this area is much larger. So the line is shown at a relatively high level, and this would allow me to adjust it in much more detail, because it's much clearer. So we actually have much more room between the level we are at and the 0 level right down at the bottom of the volume range. So, as I said, I actually have to adjust this for all the following clips. For 1 or 2 clips that would be fine, but we can quickly come to the idea that if I had to do this for all of the following clips, it would be an immense amount of work, and there must be a better solution. And there is one. And this method allows me to adjust the volume for the entire track. And how we can do this in Edius, I'll show you in the following lesson.